Hello guys, here is Dagner. Today I decided to make a short guide about Retribution Paladin for the patch 8.15. As always, this will be a little bit advanced guide, so yeah, let's get to it. So basically we will start with the traits, Azurite armor, trinkets, talents, and how is the best to start your burst. So basically what's very important is the traits. So and on 8.15 we get a new trait. It's called Treacherous Covenant and some other traits. So Treacherous Covenant is the best trait to stack. Then you must have Light's Decree because this is really good trait, but you should not stack it because it gives very bad DPS if you stack. And you have the Imperium Power, which gives like the really good DPS, but again you cannot stack it because it's really bad. So these are the three things that you must know. So for me, the best Azurite gear at the moment is actually it's quite easy to make. So I use the mythic chest from the first boss, which is quite easy to get. Actually now everybody is dying, even pugs are doing mythic, so it's really easy to get the first boss down. You have the Avenger's Might, Treacherous Covenant, and Earthling. So this is what I do. The second gear from me is from the second boss of Mythic, so it's also quite easy to get. It's Avenger's Might, the same Treacherous Covenant, and the Gut Reaper. And the third actually piece is with Titanium. I bought it from the vendor, and I was quite lucky. I got Light Decree, Imperium Power, and Unstable Flames. So this is my Azurite build. It's really nice. So many people usually ask me, but why you are stacking two Avengers Might? They're not so good. So the reason I'm stacking them actually is because I have no choice first, and second because I would like to use the Treacherous Covenant, so I don't have kind of choice. And then the simulation that you have on the Blood Mallet is not entirely correct for this trait. And the reason why is because, as you see, this trait was built with this talent tree. Okay? And in this talent tree they are using Inquisition. But in my talent I don't use Inquisition. I use Crusader. So Crusader gives me 5 more seconds of Avenging Wrath, which means at the moment I'm on 20. So this simulation was done on 20 seconds of Avenger Might. So mine is 25. I also use the Light's Decree. Now mine is 30, which means this trait does 33% more than what is here. So if you put 30% on 542, it should be around 700 something. And the traits that are doing 700 something are on the top. So you see that this trait does much more damage for me. So that's why I use it, and that's why I really like it actually. It's really good. And the burst, at the moment Retribution Paladin is a burst class, like it's always been, so our burst is the strongest. So it's really good to align it with our trinket. So basically how I align it is I use the wheel, which gives me 2000 strength, and this one is on use, so it's really nice trinket. And I have the gore. The gore gives me critical. So critical for me it's really important, because when I go under burst, if this trinket aligns with my burst and the wheel, I do 150k on critical, and I do tons of damage, like really a lot of DPS. So it's really good. I would prefer actually, instead of the gore, to have something to click, like to use, but yeah, I don't have it, so I gotta use what I have, so that's it. But anyway, it's really good good trinket also for Retribution Paladin. So at the moment my build is like this. So as I said before, I use the Crusade because at the moment it does at least 2% more, at least for me, 2% more DPS than the others. So and I kind of like because the burst is really fun. So the other thing that I would like you to have a look is the stats. So basically our secondary stats are really important as retribution. So as you can see, I have 17% critical. This is too little even for me. I think my critical should be about 20%. 20 to 22 would be really nice. My haste should be about 17 to 15. I would go for 15. I think 15 is better. 50% haste is better. 30% mastery, and versatility 7 to 9. So this is how you should balance your stats. And also what is really important is that you always simulate your stats. In raidbots.com you can find a weight stat simulator, and this simulation will give you the right stats that you want to see. So as you can see here, my stats are really well balanced, are really close. When your stats are really close, means that your class is very well balanced, especially for Retribution Paladin. So when our class is very well balanced, we do the highest output of the class. So basically you can see here that my mastery is the lowest. It gives me the least DPS, and the critical gives me the most. So for me, what is really good is to take a little bit out from here and add it to the critical. And also this would give me much more chance to crit. I mean, not much more, but still more chance. So this is how you can manage your class a little bit better. And the last thing that I want to talk to you guys is I've seen so many people doing so big mistakes within the burst. So basically I wanted to show how is the best to do the burst. So to do the burst, the best is that, like many people are having even a macro with the trinket and the crusade, but when you are using trinket and crusade in the same time, it's really bad. I mean, if you don't use crusade, if you use like inquisition or divine purpose, I think it was divine purpose or something like this, the divine purpose, then yeah, it's fine to use the macro, because like this you don't need to build it up. But when you are using crusade, first you need to build up your crusade, then you need to use your trinket and your best skills. So best skills. So how I do it, and I'm going to show you now, is when we start. So when we start the fight, you use pre-pot for it. Normally I use pre-pot, and then I throw a hammer, and while I throw the hammer I start running to the boss. So as I'm running to the boss, I use my Blade of Justice, and then I have 3 stacks. So I use my wings on 3 stacks, I use my Templar Verdict, then I use my Hammer of Wrath, I bleed 1 stack, I use 2 Crusaders fast, so I use 2 Crusaders fast, and then I use again Templar Verdict. So now I have 7 stacks of my crusade. When I have 7 stacks of my crusade, I use my trinket, and I use my Wake of Ashes. So like this, my Wake of Ashes do much more DPS. So this is how is the best to start your build while you are in between of a fight, and you cannot wait for your Wake of Ashes to be on cooldown then to start your burst. What I do is I go up to 4 Holy Power, and then I use my Crusader, and I try to spend and circle as fast as I can to 10 stacks. And when I build my Crusader, I use the trinket. But take care, when I use it on the start, I use it on 7. I use my trinket on 7 stack. But when I'm in between the fight, I use it on 10 stacks, because I don't want to lose DPS while building, and I don't like to wait for my Wake of Ashes also. So this is something that you must see how works the best for you. For me, this is the best. I've tested many times and it works really good. So I think I've told you everything that I have for this class at the moment. If you like this video, always thumbs up. If you don't like it, thumbs down. If you have some questions, you can always find me in the game or Discord or on comments. And good luck with your Retribution Paladins. And yeah, cheers and have fun, guys. Until the next time. Ciao, ciao.